Good morning. Today I am going to discuss the cascade amplifier. Cascade amplifier means the it is nothing but connecting the common source amplifier and common gate amplifier in series fashion. For example, in this circuit, VI is applied to the gate of the Q1 and source is grounded, hence it is common source amplifier. Above this one, Q2 is connected in common gate. Why it acts as common gate is whatever the input voltage VA is applied to the gate of Q1, it is converted into current and produces an current GM into VI. This current acts as input to the Q2 at source terminal and gate is signal grounded and output is taken at drain terminal. Hence Q2 is common gate amplifier. The common gate amplifier stage in cascade with common source amplifier is called as cascade configuration. Now I will move to the next qualitative description. Qualitative description is nothing but in response to the input signal VI, the Q1 conducts a current signal of GM1 into VI in its drain terminal. This current driven into the source terminal of Q2, hence Q2 is called as cascade transistor. The transistor Q2 passes the signal current GM1 VI on its drain where it is supplied to the load. The load is not shown at this circuit. The cascade transistor acts as buffer, presenting low input resistance to the drain of Q1 and providing high resistance at the amplifier output. This is the just qualitative description of cascade amplifier. Now let me move to the quantitative analysis. Quantitative is nothing but we have to derive the mathematical expression. This is the cascade configuration without load. If you want, you can correct the load here. VI is applied to the gate of Q1. Applied voltage will be converted into current by the MOSFET Q1 because MOSFET is an transconductance amplifier. It converts input voltage to output current. That current is GM1 into VI. And this current is drives the source of Q2. So that source acts as input and drain acts as output, so that it is common gate amplifier, so that Q2 is cascade. Now I am going to represent the equivalent circuit of this one. Very simple. Output is current, input is voltage, so that input side I am going to represent one current source, that is GM into VI, where GM is the short circuit transconductance, VI is the input voltage. This is a current source. If any current source is there, that will have the resistance in parallel, that is R0. The output voltage will be dropped across this R0 so that we can calculate V0. So how are you going to calculate V0 from this equivalent circuit? The current which is moving is GM into VI. Due to that, current flowing through the R0 will be upper side, so that the current entering is positive, current leaving is negative, so that V0 equal to minus of capital GM into VI. Capital GM into VI, where we have Vi into R naught. We have to calculate V naught by Vi. V naught by Vi equal to minus Gm into R naught. I have to calculate I naught by Vi. I have written the AC circuit of the previous diagram. In order to write AC circuit, all the DC sources must be made, that is VG2 equal to 0. And I have to make the load, I have to remove and make it short circuit. Okay, so that it is called a short circuit transconductance capital GM. The current here is I naught. Okay, now applied input voltage is converted into the current, that is GM1 into Vi by the transistor Q1. That is the current flowing in the drain terminal of Q1. The same current will be flowing at the source terminal of the Q2. So that I naught equal to GM1 into Vi. So I naught equal to Gm1 into Vi. So that capital Gm is nothing but I naught by Vi is equal to Gm1. This is the short circuit transconductance of an cascade amplifier. In order to calculate voltage gain, next parameter I need to calculate is output resistance R0. In order to calculate R0, okay, this circuit, the same circuit, I have to replace, okay, the Q1 with the, and its equivalent resistance is R0 1, okay, at the source of Q2. Now, okay, in order to calculate output resistance, first you make Vi equal to 0. If you make Vi equal to 0, so gate and source is grounded. Only one resistance which is available between drain to source, that is R01. Okay, so that this Q1 is replaced with R01. Then Q2 ground is Q2 gate is grounded. Source is connected to R01. Okay, now I have to apply the Vx at the drain of Q2 and provides the current Ix that I have. Okay, then I replace this Q2 with hybrid pi model. So from gate to source, whatever the voltage is called as VGS2. Okay, VGS2. Now, okay, at the drain terminal, I connected the voltage source Vx and provides a current Ix. This current is moving at the drain terminal. Okay, here there are two currents. The current which is flowing into the dependent current source is GM2 into VGS2, and the current which is, okay, away here, that is Ix. The same current will be flowing through the R01. So that current entering is positive, leaving is negative. Okay, just you see here, minus is connected to S2, plus is connected to S2. So plus is grounded here, minus is grounded, so that VGS2 equal to minus Ix into R01. This minus sign is due to opposite polarities. Now current flowing through the R02 is, the total incoming current is Ix minus Gm into VGS2 is the current flowing through the R02. So that current entering is positive, leaving is negative. Now I will apply the KVL here. Okay, if I will apply the KVL, I can write the voltage Vx equal to, the current flowing through the R02 is Ix minus Gm2 into VGS2 into R02 plus, okay, the drop across R01 is Ix into R01. Now I will substitute Ix, okay, VGS2 equal to minus Ix into R01 in the above expression, so that I'll get plus. Now I'll take the Ix common, 1 plus Gm2 into R01 into R02 plus R01. So output resistance R0 equal to 1 plus Gm2 into R01 into R02 plus R01. Okay, this 1 plus Gm2 into R01 is called as degenerative factor or feedback factor. So, okay, in the future, this is very important. Very simple. Look at this circuit. the resistance which is connected at the source of Q2 is R01, so that you are returning it. The resistance, output resistance offered by this one is R02, which is multiplied with the degenerative factor 1 plus GM2 into R01. This is a shortcut method to calculate output resistance. R out equal to R01 plus degenerative factor into R02. So it is connected. Now these two are large compared to 1. I am approximating, so that GM2 R01 R02 plus R01. Now these, okay, these three are multiplied, so that this term is large compared to this one, so that you can R0 equal to GM2 R01 R02. Other way you can write it this one like this: GM2 into R02 into R01, R02 into R01, where R0 GM2 into R02 is the intrinsic gain of Q2 into output resistance of Q1. That is the output resistance of this cascade connection. Okay, now let me move and calculate voltage gain AV. AV equal to minus GM into R0. Okay, minus GM is minus GM1 into R0 is GM2 R01 R02. We can say GM1 R01 is the intrinsic gain of Q1, GM2 R02 is the intrinsic gain of Q2, so that A01 into A02. If GM1 equal to GM2 equal to GM and R02 equal to R01, so that these two square will get GM into R0 square. AV0 voltage gain equal to minus A0 square, square of the intrinsic gain. Now, okay, this is the voltage gain of cascade amplifier. Now let me move to the next one. Okay, cascade with current source load. So here current source I is connected, here VDD is applied and not shown here, so that this current source is implemented with PMOS. Okay, PMOS, here two transistors are there below the output voltage. There should be two transistors above that one also, so that Q3 and Q4 are used. The same concept which used in the previous slide. The resistance, okay, output resistance of the Q4 is R04. If you look at the drain of Q3, the output resistance equal to intrinsic gain of Q3, that is GM3 into R03 into R04. Got it? Now I am going to represent this, its equivalent circuit. Its equivalent circuit is very simple. GM1 of Q1 into Vi is the applied voltage is converted into current, so that input is represented like this. Then what is the output resistance offered by this one? That is R0, so that V0 is output voltage is taken across R0. Let me go and see. After implementing this one PMOS, the circuit will become like this. Okay, okay, circuit will be like this. Now let me see what is the out, okay, open loop or voltage gain of this one. Okay, now applied input voltage Vi is converted into GM1 into Vi. So that's what we got it, this one. Now first I have to calculate what is the resistance offered by the PMOS load, what is the resistance offered by the NMOS, this is a cascade. So that the output resistance of the Q1 alone is R01. Next Q2 is the intrinsic gain of this one, that is GM2 into R02 into resistance of this one R01 is the resistance looking at this point. Now same way, that is called as output resistance in the N side, downside. Similarly, output resistance at P side, upper side. The output resistance of the Q4 is R04. The output resistance of the drain of Q3 is GM3 R03 is the intrinsic gain of Q3 into R04. This is the ROP. I am going to represent equivalent circuit of this one. GM1 into Vi is the current source, should have resistance. One is RON, okay, other one is ROP. ROP for AC circuit, this is going to ground, so that ROP is connected like this and ground. So this is the V0. Now AV equal to V0 by VI minus GM into ROP parallel to RON. ROP is GM2 R02 R02 into R01 parallel to GM3 R03 into R04. If all are same, then GM R0 R0 by 2, because two equal resistances are connected in parallel, will get half of that. Now finally we'll get GM square into R0 square by 2, so that it is written like this. You can say that minus A0 square by 2. This divided by 2 is due to two equal resistances. One is above one, other one is down. That's what it is divided by 2. Okay, got it now? Now let me move to the next one. Wait. Okay, now double cascode. There are two types are there. One is double cascode and folded cascode in your syllabus. Okay, double cascode means one more transistor, common gate transistor, Q3 is stacked above the Q2. Now Q1 is common source. Okay, it will convert voltage to current. That current will drive the source of Q2, and that drives the source of Q3, so that these two are common gate, hence it is double cascode. Now let me calculate what is the output resistance looking at this point, drain of Q3. That is output resistance of the Q1 common source is R01. Output resistance of Q2 is GM2 R02 is the intrinsic gain of this one into R01. Now output resistance at drain of Q3 is intrinsic gain of Q3 GM3 R03 into GM2 R02 into R01. That is equal to, you can say that this is the intrinsic gain of two MOSFET, so that A0 square into R0. Now okay, this is the output resistance of the Q1 Q2 Q3 stack, GM3 R03 GM2 R02 into R01. You know that short circuit transconductance equal to GM1, so that AV equal to minus GM into R0 minus GM1 into GM3 R03 GM2 R02 into R01, so that finally intrinsic gain of Q1, intrinsic gain of Q3 and Q2, if make it all are equal, we'll get minus GM R0 Q. You can say that minus A0 Q. But drawback of this circuit is, if more MOSFETs are stacked together, it is very stacked together, in order to operate in low voltages, very difficult. It will avoid the number of transistors stacked in cascade to operate in low power application. Let me move into the folded cascade. Whatever the drawback is there in the previous one, double cascade, that can be avoided. I mean that common source, as usual, it is NMOS, so that it will convert VI into GM VI, so that the Q2 is used as PMOS instead of NMOS, so that whatever the current is converted by the Q1, it is folded back into down, hence it is called as folded cascade. The same one, so that now the drain of Q1 is loaded with Q1 I1, current source I1. Now the Q2 is loaded with I2, where the output is taken at the drain of Q2. Input is source, output is drain, gate is common, hence it is CG P MOSFET. Understood? Now Q1 is biased with the I1 minus I2, and VG2 is the DC voltage applied to the gate of the Q2 to ensure that both Q1 and Q2 are in saturation. The analysis of this circuit is same as previous cascade circuit, but it is very much useful in CMOS amplifier. This is also CMOS, because this one is NMOS, this one is PMOS, hence you can say that it is CMOS CAS code. Any doubt? Okay, shall I end the class? Thank you.